your front row. Quartararo, Vinales and Pecco Bagnaia, closely pursued by Rossi, Miguel Oliveira, Taka Nakagami on the Honda, then Brad Binder, Joan Mir, Danilo Petrucci and Pol Espargaro. Your back row of the grid, Bradley Smith, Alex Rins, the man of steel, and Alex Marquez on his second sideline through injury after that 100-mile-an-hour high side he had in the race here 1 week ago.
We may be celebrating once more. Away we go for the warm-up lap here. Of the precautions is located just near the press conference room. I can see that at this moment in time, we won't give away the result, but they're very keen.
Yeah, they're eager to catch the glimpses of the opening. Excruciatingly hot conditions, temperatures close to 40 degrees ambient temperature. There's your championship, pretty easy to fourth race in a row. Can he make it back-to-back wins? No French rider has done that ever in the Premier class.
Portugal, best ever qualifying result. He's not got far to travel home tonight. Motogp.
Who can keep calm in the heat? Who can keep cool in the heat? Who can keep collected in the heat? Well, both Jerez Grand Prix so far this year, but he's always said it's about consistency. That came to the fore last week, 2017. They're still winless here, of course, since 2006. Loris Capirossi, not too much money actually.
Was going to tuck the front then on the warm-up lap into the final corner. He's trying to get his opening 5 laps.
So, who's going to nail the start? Who's got the best whole shot device in MotoGP? Is it Yellow?
Who will amaze us in Andalusia? The green flag is waving. 25 laps of... He got that one absolutely nailed. He's flying up the hill. Rossi also with a decent start. And Vinales. It's going to be a Yamaha.
KTM Tech 3 bikes. The Yamaha whole shot device working perfectly yet again. It's Miguel Vinales trying to stretch away from the power. Binder was involved as well.
So it's Quartararo fourth place to a great start from Miller. Then it's Nakagami, Bagnaia and Morbidelli.
Pol Espargaro well wide at 2. We've not had a Yamaha 1-2-3 MotoGP since Phillip Island in 2014. It's early doors.
All right, there are the two Pramac Ducati riders, Miller, Bagnaia, who's now gone through on Taka Nakagami. What happened at
So that's compromised their race. Last weekend there was an early drama for Binder when he looked so good he ran wide.
Maverick Vinales is looking good here. He's lining up a move surely into the final turn. Here he comes.
He can't drop behind the Ducati of Jack Miller. That would have been a nightmare. He hasn't, luckily. Vinales does Italian, the doctor up in the second.
You've got the apprentice and the master in first and second here then. It's likewise 9 places made on that opening lap from Alex Marquez from the very back of the grid.
Yeah, saw Pol Espargaro. First corner then, Miguel Oliveira did not get a good start. Look, he's been swallowed up on that run into the first corner. Rapid impact, wasn't it? Oliveira landing right. Oh dear.
And he got hit by him as well, just for good measure.
Oh, well, Binder.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. The incident under investigation. We send our best to Miguel.
Took devices. It was a clean start for everybody, no jump start. Taka Nakagami, Bagnaia at the moment swarming all over his Pramac Ducati teammate Jack Miller's rear tyre. In fact, at the moment it looks like Bagnaia's got the
corner and he's gone wide.
Yeah, he's done
he's down and he's up again. What a save by Pecco Bagnaia. What a save!
He was getting frustrated and impatient there because he could see the Yamahas getting away. He looked quicker than Miller and he tried to start. Now Quartararo is bolting here. Rossi hasn't got the pace of the Frenchman, and at the moment Vinales can't find a way. Cannot get stuck behind Rossi for too long, otherwise Quartararo's going to check out.
Quick check on Dovi. He's into lap of the race of 38.280 from Quartararo. On board with Vinales.
Quartararo mullered the two Yamahas behind him. If he does, it's all going to be about a test of his concentration in these conditions. Hervé Poncharal said, did they, unfortunately? They weren't jangling for that long because Oliveira taken out at the first corner. Cruel for him. Having
Jack Miller's closing in on the pair of them. They do not want that Ducati in front of them here in Jerez. The Pramac.
Yeah,
right to the home straight here. Oh, and
Rossi in
a bit wide from Rossi.
There's been a 1.5 second deficit on Quartararo. He's gone. Quartararo, a 38.119. Last lap, Quartararo was faster than Rossi.
Yeah, and you can see how impatient Vinales is now to try and get through.
So far this year to Maverick Vinales in Jerez. He ran wide last weekend to surrender the lead to Quartararo. Costly mistake for Maverick Vinales. Is he going to find a way up the inside of Rossi into turn 6? No, he's not close enough.
Yeah, notoriously always been a demon on the brakes, hasn't he, Valentino? Further back then, it's Miller bang.
Sting for Maverick Vinales as he sees Fabio Quartararo stretching away. Again, Quartararo in Sector 3. He's 3/10 quicker in Sector 3 than Rossi and Vinales.
Vinales has got to get through. Yeah. Here he comes, up the inside. Can he get it stopped this time? He cannot outbrake Valentino Rossi. He can't find...
Full tank still quite full. It's been an issue in the past. For Maverick Rossi through, not to have Jack Miller sweep through as well. Now here's Dovizioso picking his way through.
Was that Vinales having another pop at Rossi and it went slightly wrong because he's just lost a bit?
Because he's so superior in terms of his rhythm. Again, that last lap, 6/10 quicker than in a complete class of his own.
Got to give a shout out to Alex Rins at the moment. He's 1 place ahead of Cal.
Some leathers on today, testament to their willpower and determination. Cal Crutchlow was saying that he was his left scaphoid.
Wow. We have at the moment their leading rider is Polispargaro. He's still in 12th. He can't get through on his brother Aleix right now.
Do you know, bolt and then manage your pace? This is just a typical Jorge Lorenzo. Yeah,
another 38.4 for him.
7/10 quicker than Rossi. They've got nothing for him. He's going to be 3-7. He's got the two Pramac Ducatis ganging up behind him as well. Taka Nakagami hanging in there as well inside the top six.
Polispargaro for qualifying in 12th because his pace is just as good as the guys in the podium fight, and Brad Binder
lower than Fabio Quartararo.
It's incredible.
So once again,
a tale of what might have been. Miller really wide. And almost going through there on it.
Just was able to pull it back one close to seriously showing Vinales a front tyre.
You've got to give Rossi credit here, Matt. I mean,
Ace 41, fit as a fiddle, isn't he? I mean, these are tested conditions for Valentino Rossi. Well, he's doing an awesome job at the moment in second place.
Top left of the picture, Fabio Quartararo had a little bit of a moment.
Mid 138, it's a 138.793. And there was a small mistake on that lap because he's just there at the top of your picture trying to hunt down.
Oh, Tech 3 are having a disaster.
Third crash of the weekend for Eco.
Looking a bit ugly.
Last corner, just tipping off the side. Alex Rins is right, still doing 39s in the condition that he is. And Cal Crutchlow, they're both doing 139.
Valentino's not under immediate pressure here in second place. Maverick Vinales there on this lap to go through on Valentino and not making it stick. Look how costly it's become. As Davide Brivier alluded to.
As we said as well, this will sting for Vinales, particularly if he drops into Taka Nakagami's Honda. Will they be close enough to attack the Japanese man into the final corner? We're looking back. Lovely that was. There wasn't a lot of room there, but he really forced the issue. There was nothing that Nakagami could do. He would see more. Vinales here.
He's looking good. He's looking good. I mean, fair play. This is no fluke.
Than Vinales. So at this phase of the race, a long, long way to go. We've still got 18 laps. Got Vinales' measure.
If Rossi finishes on the podium, aged 41, in conditions like this, it'll be one of his greatest.
Nothing to do with the mechanical.
So, Ducati's then trying to find a way. No, Rossi has got a good gap now, almost half a second on Maverick. And if Maverick
to not finish on the podium, given his speed all weekend, that would be a disaster. That would be a disaster. I don't care if he's top 6, top...
That mistake at the start of the race, he's gone through on Bradley Smith. That puts him up into 18th place as he hunts down.
Concertina up on the brakes into that tight first corner. I remember in 2006 when Tony Elias clobbered. Fabio Quartararo, 3.6 seconds clear of Valentino Rossi, who's now...
Jack will be frustrated if Pecco does that. You can just see Jack at the moment is just trying to conserve himself a little sight of the Yamahas.
I just wonder as well whether these guys in that pack, how their front tyres are holding. Crashed last weekend and unfortunately he's out.
Oh, here comes
Jack.
Miller up the inside.
Miller.
So Miller, in an attempt to go up into a podium position, has now dropped back to 5th.
Pushed so hard in that front end to make up for the lack of acceleration on that Aprilia. He's so on the limit. He's been bitten again.
No further action taken after the reviewing of the incident.
That's just a typical
it's just behind Jack Miller there. He's got past Nakagami and really closed on these guys. The problem he's got, of course, is he's got 2 Ducatis in front of him, which are notoriously difficult to pass. But
Ducatis, his tyre pressure on the front and the temperature went through the roof, and it became a bit of a handful. Behind the Duke was struggling. And of course, you've got to take so many risks to get by the Ducati. It's so the toughest motorcycle to overtake him by the GP.
Look at the speed difference. Look at the speed difference there of the Ducati and the Yamaha. Here goes Pecco Bagnaia. He's in 3rd. Can he hold on to it? He can.
Smartness by Bagnaia. He's just picking up the piece of everybody else. So Pecco Bagnaia, he's just keeping cool, keeping his head down, riding smart, not making mistakes. Being
Rossi, who himself is 6/10 clear of his protege, Pecco Bagnaia.
50 points coming the way potentially for Fabio Quartararo. Marc Marquez will have 0.
Straight we go, 14 laps left of this race. There's Jack Miller, now trying to have a look up the inside of Maverick. He's having a bit of a nightmare here, and now it comes Morbidelli up the inside as well. Maverick Vinales.
Not what the Yamaha factory were expecting at all. They thought he was going to be going with Fabio Quartararo in a... Social distancing regulations mean you're supposed to be 2 metres away from everybody in the paddock. I think you're going to need to give Maverick Vinales
off right now.
Well, how upbeat did he look before the race? Bouncing away in his seat in the pit box, listening to his tune. They are staring down the barrel of yet another dominant victory here in Jerez. We said,
oh, someone's gone down.
Right, that's Miller.
Oh, Jack Miller has gone down and out of the race. You can just see that
flash at the bottom of your screen. Was that somebody else down as well?
I think that's just the onboard noise of the Marshall's pick.
Turn 9 in Moto 2. So it's not going to be a thriller from Miller today.
Almost a little bit too hot. Pecco Bagnaia, you know, he's got a very boss just up ahead of him.
Yeah, and he looks like he's got the better pace, doesn't he, Pecco Bagnaia? He said all throughout the weekend his own argument, but...
And who would have thought this? As Quartararo leads, Valentino Rossi...
Not what we feared, a real race of attrition.
Ah, Rossi's wide.
Yeah, the guys are hitting massive tyre trouble already here. Fourth out Danilo Petrucci. And Pecco Bagnaia then in second place. We've got Trap.
This is hard work for everyone right now. Petrucci, that's the fifth run.
Boxing clever like he always does. Andrea Dovizioso ghosting towards the top six. Dovi now in that. We know that Dovizioso is a master at tyre management. Is there still an outside? But who knows?
Anything in this race could happen as yet. Pecco Bagnaia is now streaking away from Valentino first podium. Petronas Yamaha, of course, they've had their win. They've never had both men on the podium.
Maverick Vinales, it's looking like Valentino Rossi is having problems stressing that rear tyre like he always does. Pretty quickly to Franco Baldi. Look how quickly Bagnaia's dropped him.
Matt, coming out of...
Struggling there as well, turn 6, he just cannot get the drive at all.
It's that age-old problem, isn't it, for Rossi at this stage of races? Franco Morbidelli's getting a good look at the boss here. Thought he might be going for it at turn number 9.
What has happened?
See, Andrea Dovizioso is really paying the price for a woeful qualifying and struggling to... As Fabio Quartararo, your race leader. Dovi's got some good rhythm. Tell you who is in a really fast...
So both Mir and Dovi might make some forward movement as yet.
As well, Rins and Crutchlow
they're doing
are still doing. I just can't process their bravery. I mean, it's balmy, really, what they're.
Seconds clear for Fabio Quartararo. It's going to feel like a long race. Oh, God, it gets worse for KTM.
Tyres are turning to jelly right now.
You finish this race, you're in the points.
Stay for Brad Binder. That's a nasty, nasty high side.
Oh, and
he gets a wallop as well from that RC6 or so, haven't we, at the Jerez circuit?
You know,
thankfully he's on his feet.
You know what?
A big one.
We're on the absolute limit that these bikes and riders are going.
This is going to feel like the longest 12 laps of these guys. It feels like we've been out here for 12 hours already.
Valentino Rossi's responded a bit.
Despite the podium does for you for the first time in about 18 months.
Well, it would be an incredible podium for Valentino. I mean, there's some brilliant riders. There's Taka Nakagami as well, 6th place here. Mir just behind him. There is Dovi, look.
Guy right now, he's just set his personal best lap of the race on lap 14, on probably at best 60% fit, and he's doing personal best laps of a 39.4 on lap. I mean, obviously he was conserving energy this morning, but he was 5 seconds off the pace. I thought he's going to quit, he's going to withdraw the ship.
There's still a long way to go here though, Matt. This is still a long way to go. Oh, there's Polispark, the only KTM rider left.
Last man standing for the Austrian boys.
Go so early on and made that mistake and lost out on a lot of places, did Paul?
Yeah, and I think
15 riders in this race left, 11 laps to go, make that 10 across the line.
Quite a lonely test of his focus and concentration. Last week he said the last 10 laps were the longest of his life. Well, I wonder how these 10 laps... Tried again by this young man, Alex Marquez.
Yeah, I agree with that.
On the Repsol Honda. Yes, there's been a few crashes, a few falls. The young Marquez.
Morbidelli, the fastest rider. Rossi, you can see in that shot, this is the battle for 3rd place. Pecco Bagnaia further up the road in 2nd.
That's why we saw him drop down to 7th. So let's just see, they've been working a lot on front tyre durability. A plan that's worked well for the Pramac Ducati man. He looks great so far. Well, we see that shot on slightly less exotic and high-tech Morbidelli. Simon, we just saw a real bruising, nasty crash for Brad Binder.
We get to see it again. It's pretty horrible for Brad. But...
Sorry, Simon, we have to come back to you. Franco Morbidelli.
But last weekend, Valentino Rossi out of the Spanish Grand Prix with a technical problem.
What's he doing? Get off the circuit, Franco.
Back. Major concern for the Iwata factory. Rossi out with a technical last weekend. Franco.
Poor old Franco. I'll get down to Yamaha and ask them what they think. Which again, Binder. What are we going to see here? Let's watch this first.
Where Rossi's went, no more.
Chances of a podium gone. By the way, Cal Crutchlow's just entered pit lane. I would imagine to not happen.
Cal Crutchlow's the ultimate warrior, not a guy who pulls in.
Guys, that sound shuts down. They don't know. Basically, they told me it happens whether it's an electronic can do it. If the engine has a problem, it does a big shutdown as well. Again, safety, you know. So
he's going back outside.
Yeah, he's going back out as well. You know what? I'm not seeing a race like this in Cal exiting.
There's going to be some serious burning of midnight oil in Iwata over the next few days. Rossi out with a technical stage with overheating that rear tyre, running out of rear grip here, Rossi. And now Vinales is trying to strike in 2 races in a row. Remember, Rossi had that big explosion when he was doing so well in Mugello. Yamaha right now are going through engines like confetti at a wedding. And that will be a concern with the engine allocate out some performance on their engines. to make them more reliable, or is it something that can be rectified pieces like they have done over this last week in these brutal conditions in Jerez?
This will be heartbreak for 7 laps to go now as Fabio Quartararo crosses the line. You know, Hervé Ponchara's race has been so far, and there might yet be a few more cool moments for 1 or 2 riders as yet.
The guy's core temperature will be off the scale. They'll be gasping for breath, just inhaling red-hot air off.
To turn 5, he's not quite close enough. Now he's got to try and just get the drive, get the slipstream. The biggest problem he's had... Here he comes now. Is he going to have another go into turn 6? Rossi knows he's there. He's defended. Is he got a bit hot into turn 6 there now?
It's that podium. Such a long time since he's been on that top 3. If he stays on board, what a job the Italian's done as well. He's long gone in 2nd place.
Am I on the circuit? Or... Is it my eyes?
Bagnaya's got a problem.
He has. He's
Great
got
spot,
smoke.
Steve. Oh, look at this. Pramit Ducati can't believe it. They cannot believe it. Pecco Bagnaia, there's smoke billowing.
He stayed on into the last corner. Maverick Vinales has gone through, but he's gone wide again. Valentino Rossi comes through. There's how he can continue like this, and I'm worried for him as well because he clearly does not know what is going on.
Perhaps seen there's a problem. Is there a team communication to him as he looked down the dash? I mean, he looks like a red arrow at the moment, doesn't he?
Guys, this is terrifying. This is a high side.
He knows.
Oh, this is cruel in the extreme. This is what happened to Fabio Quartararo, wasn't it? He was running 2nd in Jerez last year. We're having mechanicals, we're having high sides, front end washouts, we've had everything.
Well, this is in 2nd, Maverick Vinales in 3rd, and Monster Energy Yamaha might be salvaging something remarkable. Nakagami's now.
He can ride slowly with it. He's going to go and see if he can get a couple of points.
Well, if he just finishes the race, he'll...
To be denied the chance to fight for your first Motogp podium, totally out of your control. So what about Dovizioso? He's going to salvage a 6th place. Now, Taka Nakagami has got what? 4th as well either.
Valentino Rossi at the moment holds strong, holds firm, holds on for the 2 men who unfortunately have had mechanicals and gone out of this one.
That's just cruel in the extreme. An absolutely phenomenal race. He didn't make a mistake. Did not make a single mistake. He was cruising in.
Rossi had excellent drive out of turn 5. He's putting everything into this. He's throwing the kitchen sink at Valentino.
As being the 3rd best Yamaha after all the great race pace he showed all weekend. Time on his side to try and find out the GP podium. That day it was Yamaha. Rossi, Lorenzo and Bradley Smith.
Maverick Vinales is so fast around these right-handers, so yes, he's going to have another opportunity to get Valentino into the go.
Track temperature in Sector 3, 145 degrees Fahrenheit.
Insane what we're watching. I mean, what a week it's been in Jerez. The stories. I mean, it's...
Put Maverick in his place.
Oh, this is going to hurt. Look at that. In a race like this, Fabio's just in a world of seconds clear of Rossi and Vinales he is right now.
Look at that, 38.9s for frightening speed, frightening consistency. Marc Marquez, when he does get back to full fitness, Quartararo is on his way to a maximum 50-point haul so far.
The way we're in line for 3 Yamahas on the podium.
Yeah,
that
first
has
time
not
for
happened
2014.
For
Philip League. It's all about the battle for 2nd place between Rossi and Vinales, the 2 factory Yamaha podium battle. Pecco Bagnaia certainly was. He was in a safe 2nd, just like Quartararo was 1 year ago when...
Of Maverick Vinales, the LCR team, just begging Nakagami on.
I think he's just going to run out of time and slower than the Yamahas ahead of him.
I think Mir's his bigger problem at the moment.
Pecco Bagnaia. Christian Gabarini there just says, sorry mate, really, really sorry, you rode awesome. That's what he can...
Here comes the slipstream though, this
time
now,
surely.
He's got him, he's surely got him. Down into, he's not! Still the Doctor hangs on to 2nd place.
The Doctor a demon on the brakes into turn 6. How many the advantage in the braking zone? You know Maverick's going to lunge. Maverick wants that exactly.
On board now with Maverick Vinales, number 12, as he looks to find a way through on Rossi. He's going to have comes now, looking for that inside line. Can he get it? No, defence again from Valentino Rossi.
So Maverick Vinales right now. Valentino Rossi is like one of those wide load trucks, isn't he? He just cannot get through.
Of Valentino as it is as
brilliant.
Anything else, because this sort of defence is not easy to pull off.
Rossi's having compared to Rossi. This is silencing some of the doubters from last weekend.
Oh, that's a lovely out,
and he's really going to try and pounce on Rossi on the braking zone into the Pedrosa corner. Can he do it this time?
Nakagami 4th, Mir 5th, Dovi 6th, Polispargaro 7th as Rossi's wide on X10th. Goodness
what
me, the story through here. We're going live with After the Flag shortly after this, and he's gone wide and he's lost 2nd place. Maverick finally finds a way through as the front end gives way for Valentino.
Left. Or will he just think, you know what, you can have that 2nd place, Vinales. I'm going to be back on the podium. I'm not going to take an Grand Prix. Here's the battle raging for 2nd. Quartararo is about 7-8 seconds clear. And straight away, he's been able to gap Valentino Rossi. And Rossi can't relax here because
No.
Nakagami in Sector 3 and Sector 4 was brilliant. He took 3/10 out of Rossi. Will hold off Vinales for as long as he did, because as soon as Vinales has passed him, he's gone. Now it's all telling his first MotoGP podium here. He's getting it loose, really attacking on the front end of that.
And no one has been a match for him today. 25 grueling laps in the most...
Holding up Honda on it brilliantly here. He's doing a Marquez all in. He's taken another 3/10 out of Rossi already. On control for the whole of this Andalusian Grand Prix. Fabio Quartararo cruising to his second for him.
The force is with Fabio. Bragging rights at Yamaha belong to him. He's back on the podium for the first time since Austin. A good effort from Nakagami. That's his best drive result, and disappointing day for KTM in 7th. An outstanding job at the end there for Alex Marquez. In the man who's about to go across the line. Alex Rins takes 10th place. Battered Valentino Rossi. Look at him, 41 years old. And he's back on the podium.
Wilco, give me your thoughts.
Well, of course, that's what we wanted it, but yeah, of course. And yeah, it's a shame he couldn't finish the race. No idea, the engine stopped, so let's see what's going on.
For an old rider like I am, I think Fabio put a nail, one more nail in.
I agree, but there are many races to come, and you know, here in Jerez, he loves the track. It's his favorite track, and we need to keep fighting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt that the man that will be blown away by Fabio Quartararo.
Well, yeah, if that was a boxing match, the ref would have stopped it. Fabio was so incredible.
2014,
yeah. Rossi,
so
Lorenzo
Lynn
Smith.
Jarvis in the end actually salvages something.
Yeah, mixed emotions for his first podium by ongoing reliability issues for Yamaha. Yes, on one. What a performance by that man, Taka Nakagami. That's his best ever finish in the Moto. Boss of HRC ready to greet the Japanese rider with his crew chief Giacomo Guidotti.